Hello, I'm Dr. Buffington. I'm one of the principals at the high school. I'm actually the 11th grade principal and the principal that oversees the virtual academy. I'd like to take a couple minutes to provide you some background information on our virtual academy. First, our academy originally started as a credit recovery and enrichment. About 10 years ago, we started having students fully online. About 6 years ago, we added the role of a teacher to be our virtual coordinator. Mrs. Castle has been in that role for the last 6 years. She is very vital to our students and our program to help us enrich the students' process. And I'll explain that as we continue on. So first of all, we have our two platforms that we teach from. The first one is Schoology. Schoology is the courses that are taught by our Carlisle teachers. We have several teachers that teach within our virtual program. A lot of those courses are English, Social Studies, Phys Ed, Health, and Safety Ed. Our other platform is Fuel Education. This is a vendor that we use, so there are virtual teachers that teach within our school. And these are basically courses such as math, science, and our elective courses. Using these two platforms, we provide our students about 121 different courses. Now, of course, in the brick and mortar, we know there are a lot more, but to provide our students that many courses, it's very powerful for us. We have two attendance policies. One of them is basically the online work. It has to be equivalent to a minimum of 100 minutes per course per week. To put that in thought, in the normal brick and mortar, our classes are 50 minutes long. So that means students are attending class Monday and Tuesday. We know if you only attend class Monday and Tuesday, you're not going to get that A and B. So this is just a minimum amount of requirements that we have as one of our attendance policies. The other attendance policy is called FaceTime. FaceTime is a bi-weekly check-in with Mrs. Castle, our virtual coordinator. The purpose for that bi-weekly check-in will be basically to check with the student, see how they're doing, their mental health, what questions can we help, what technology. Go through the pacing guide, make sure they're right on track, and hopefully that those things are going to be helpful. By the end of that meeting, Ms. Castle will then do a recap by sending an email to the student and also the parents of this is where the child is and where we need to go to make sure they stay successful. Those FaceTimes this year will be via Zoom or via phone call. If we need to, we can go to email, but most likely it'll be via phone or via Zoom. Those will be set up in advance so the students can plan accordingly. Two items that the students struggle with is basically how do you ask a question? We are so used to raising our hand or just asking the teacher. Well, in the virtual world, to ask a teacher a question, they have to learn the art of actually sending an email with a question, being as specific as possible, but also how do you want that reply back? Do you want it by an email? Do you want it by a phone call? Do you want it by a Zoom? And if you want it by phone or Zoom, we have to then provide times that we're available. We don't want to say now because we know when we hit send on that email, now is not going to happen. So it's more so about projecting and saying, could we meet tomorrow at 2 o'clock or maybe at 3 o'clock? Just trying to provide some times for the teacher to look at their schedule and be able to get back to them to set up those times. But that art of asking those questions and setting that times is something that we really need our students to know how to do. The other thing is how do you set up the structure of your successful day? We know that if we're going to school, we have to be there at 7:45 and we're there till 2:45 and our teachers help us structure our day and know what we have to do and keep us motivated and going. In the virtual world, that is one of the biggest struggles that students have. Can we set up that structure that we are going to be successful? Do you work from 8 to 3 Monday through Friday? To have the material available at you 24/7, not being held accountable for any Zoom meetings or anything of the sort, it is basically tough for students to know this is what I want to do and this is how I'm going to do it to be successful. So this is one of the biggest struggles that we know that students need to work on, and it's helpful when the family sets up a structure, gives them a place that this is where you're going to be doing your work and this is what our expectations are. So these are things that we know students do have struggles with. In recap, if you are interested in enrolling or if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. As you see on the screen, my email is there and also my phone number. Please don't hesitate to reach out and I will do my best to provide you with some more answers, or if you are interested in enrolling, please let me know. Thank you and have a great day.